The last issue we see with SQL licensing is where you're buying a piece of software that has a requirement for SQL at the back end. Very often, software vendors will assume that you have SQL running already and they won't include the cost of SQL. The cost can be significant. It can easily equal the cost of the software that you're buying from the vendor. Really important to understand up front what the requirements are, what the supplier is supplying. Microsoft have a program where a customer can buy an independent software, can supply a piece of software to you with a SQL license embedded in it. Not everybody chooses to do that because it makes their software more expensive because they have to pay Microsoft for that embedded license. So a lot of the times they'll say, oh, prereq is you need to have SQL Server. Just to make sure you understand what they need. Is it standard? Is it enterprise? Is it SQL Express? There is a free tier of SQL Server called SQL Express. Sometimes that's perfectly reasonable to use. Understand that piece, understand what the limits are, and make sure that you build into your costs when you're buying that particular piece of software what it will cost to have SQL in the back end and to allow for things like disaster recovery or high availability or cold copies and all those other sort of things. That's probably the last piece, the one that we see a number of people caught on is they don't understand that it doesn't come free with the software they're buying.